Hey, what's up guys, Lux here bringing you a new video, and today we're going to be taking a look at set 21131, the Ice Spike. This set came with 454 pieces and used to retail for $40 USD. This is a 2017 set. Until recently, some of these inclusions have been exclusives or really hard to find, but nowadays we're definitely going back to it, but still think this would be neat to share with you guys. So yeah, as you can see here, it's already built in front of you, and as a Minecraft fan, I thought it'd be pretty fun to obviously take a very close deep dive into this. I'm not going to go too much detail of every intricate piece. We'll save that when I recreate this in the game, of course, but definitely gonna be fun to talk about. So yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. First off, we're gonna start off with the minifigures, and first up here it is Steve. So back then, this is when Steve and Alex were in every single set. At the time, I mean, it was 2017, so it wasn't the newest theme, but it also wasn't like around for too long, so I can definitely get away with, you know, including Steve here, especially like this might have been someone's first set. You never really know. Steve here does come with some iron armor, a chest plate, and a helmet here, so he's pretty ready to take on any threats he can find in the ice spikes here. Along with that, he does come with an enchanted pickaxe, so that's a pretty neat item to get there. Back then it wasn't too common to get enchanted items, so getting something like that, pretty neat. And as well, if we take a look at the face underneath the helmet, Alright, after fixing his decapitation, you can see here the face printing is beautiful. Now, if you've been around the channel for a while and watched some of my LEGO reviews, you know that with LEGO Minecraft specifically, Steve and Alex's face printing has been very pale. I guess that's the proper way to say. It's been very washed out, and you can tell that in this, the printing is solid. You can see the peach color on Steve's face, very bright, very great on there. Well, not completely accurate, because Steve, I would say, is a little bit of a more darker tone. Just generally very nice here to get a very well colored print on a Lego figure, because nowadays it's not looking so good. However, Steve here, what you would expect, nothing too special, especially if you've been around and watching reviews on my channel for a while. Common Steve with actual good printing on the face, so thumbs up for me. You get a pass for being of the era. Next up, we are taking a look at the baby cow here. Now, this guy is definitely a little bit more rare. More recently, I think he is coming in a 2024 set, so we can look forward to that. But this is one of the few sets he was included in, and you can see here it's a very small body, and that's what you expect from, you know, baby minifigures, right? So definitely accurate here. Face print, same as a cow, adult cow. You just put on a smaller body and it gets the idea across. So yeah, generally like just a good figure. Build makes sense, not too bad, and not much more to go into detail here, but again, a bit of a rare figure, but now becoming more readily available, so nice to see. Moving on. Next up here we have the snow golem, and I always liked this build. It was always, you know, it made me laugh, it made me smile. And you guys, you can see here he has a printed tile piece here and here, 2 studs wide, obviously one stud, just to imitate the frosted snowman look with the buns here. And of course, the iconic snow golem head, just being a pumpkin. This comes with some stud shooters here to imitate, you know, it actually shooting snowballs as it can do in game. And if we take a look at here, blasted you guys there, but you got the idea across. Stud shooters work out here. Do I think they're the prettiest things, and do I think they can upgrade it? Yes, I think they should upgrade it. No, I don't think they look very good. However, definitely works out, a product of its time, and especially now that they make these trigger pieces in the brown color scheme, they can at the very least improve on the stud shooter look. But yeah, genuinely a good figure in the back, just pure white as you would expect from a snowman, and a great figure all around. Not one we see too often, but when we get a snow set, you can definitely expect them in a few of them. So yeah, that's been the snow golem. Moving on to our last figure. Last up here, we do have the spider build here. As you can see, very neat look. Obviously, we have the legs here attached to it with clip pieces to the body. We have the big backside and of course the small head. I love the printing on the face, very accurate. I mean, when you're trying to print pixels, or in this case eyes here, it's not going to be too hard to translate over to Lego form. And just overall the body, it works out. They did their absolute best here. Definitely a good design for the time as well, and I think it still holds up pretty well, as you can see in more common sets now. While we don't get spiders in every set, definitely nice inclusion to see them whenever you can. And this being an ice spikes, of course Steve has to deal with the one mob that can actually climb up to his bed. Wouldn't be Minecraft without it. But yeah, that's been the spider build. Pretty neat. That's the hostile mob in this set, and let's move on to the actual build. All right, guys, taking a very close look at the build here. We first got obviously the front, so we're gonna start off with the middle, move to the left, and move to the right, switching it up a little bit. But here on the left, we have, of course, the chest, and this does come with a few items inside of it. As you can see, we got the giant loaf, which they have changed the piece in more modern Minecraft sets, so it's not just whole giant full loaf. As well as inside, you get to see some lapis lazuli, which obviously is used in the set for the enchantment table. We'll take a look at in here in a second. But yeah, there's the old chest. It's been in this theme for a while, so they didn't change it until recently, like in the past 2 years, and I'm happy with the new design of the chest, by the way. Just a side note, but for the time, this chest pretty much, did its job. It did well for the time that I was around. As you can see here, we also have a little bit of a lake underneath the snow and ice. Typically you see it's frozen over in ice sets, but this time we got a little bit of an open water area, so we can definitely make that work, and if you want to connect other builds as well. But speaking of, to the left, we do have a little bit of agriculture here. While it's hard to grow in the snow, Steve is figuring it out, and here we got some wheat, obviously not fully grown, yet to be harvested. It would be a bright yellow color, similar to in-game if it was ready to be picked, so it's growing there. We also have a redstone torch, I guess, to provide a little bit of a light source, and a redstone torch does make sense. The light that a redstone torch emits, nowhere near as strong, so it definitely keeps most of the snow and ice around. So pretty smart there that they include that in the set. The designers obviously knew a little bit of what they were doing. Moving over here to the right, we can see a little bit of the enchantment table, and I love the prints on it. Obviously, it's very accurate to in-game. You can see the diamonds on the side, the obsidian texture, as well as a little bit of a red carpet that they have sitting for the book. And as you can see as well, there's also a print for the book itself. Love the print there, very accurate, and have fun trying to read that, because I can't even read enchantment table to begin with. However, we also have the bookshelves in the back, so this looks like what, a level 15, maybe up to a level 15 or 12 enchantment area. Then we're gonna have to build up your bookshelves if you want to get to level 30 there, Steve, but I'm sure he's chilling. We also have a redstone torch here on top, that way it's not blocking the actual enchants going from the books to the enchantment table itself, just providing a little bit of a light source near the enchantment area. You don't want creepers spawning in there, so that's pretty smart. In the back here, we also have a little bit of lapis, so maybe Steve just keeping some ores around in case he gets fortune in the near future. He might already have fortune to begin with. I mean, look at his pick. Might be only fortune 1, but any fortune is better than none. Now moving on to the environment here, we can see a small little ice spike behind the baby cow. So not as big as the other ones, but they do come in all shapes and sizes. Moving back to the left here, we can see the actual good size ice spike. Here he put some ladders so we can get up top of it. While he didn't hollow it out or do anything special up top, it's nice to have. No harm, no foul. Maybe even needs to really get away from a mob and he just won't want to go to his bed, he can come up here for a compromise of sorts. So yeah, just a generally pretty basic ice spike build. Not too special, what you would expect, and I mean, it translates pretty well, so no complaints here. Moving a little bit to the center of the set, as you can see here, definitely a little bit more of a snow layout rather than ice, but there is a little bit of a play feature here that's hidden within the set. So as you can see here, we do have these standing bricks. They're not supposed to be laid out like that typically, and of course that does have a function. As you can see, if you take a close look at the center, we have the ice golem here, and maybe you might be wondering where the figure is. That of course is where the play feature comes in. If you push down on these seemingly dirt blocks, you get the ice golem actual figure coming out of the ground. So neat little play feature. You can lift this ground or patch of snow up, push down the snow golem, and of course whenever you build a snow golem and put the pumpkin up top, it activates this play feature seemingly in game, but without, lifting the ground up, and you get your snow golem. So very neat feature here, very nice way to represent the snow golem actually spawning in from building it. So just a genuinely nice feature there. Now moving on to the final part here, we of course got the main ice spike build, and of course taking a nice look at it, this is significantly bigger than the other one, not by too much, definitely a whole ladder size bigger though. So it makes sense why Steve wanted to build his bed specifically on the highest one he can find. Up top, you can see he does have some redstone torches. Of course, he made a little bit of an arch here to obviously make room for his bed as well. I don't know about the time they added the colored beds. I forgot when the color update was. But either way, he also has this creeper banner. It's a classic banner. If you're around back then, this was also a cape. If you went to one of the mine cons, one of the early mine cons, you can get a cape. And that was design for us. So very classic design that we see here. This specific design we haven't seen in too many sets either. This was in this set and the giant castle set. Oh man, forgot about that set. I would love to get that and review it too, maybe sometime in the future. But anyways, definitely not a very common banner. I'm sure we'll see it back here very soon. Readily available in a modern and less expensive set for sure, but nice little build for his bed. Definitely fit for a king living in the ice, that is. But yeah guys, that's pretty much it for all the builds in the set. Let's take a quick overview and give my final thoughts. All right guys, that has been the Ice Spike set 21131. My overall thoughts on this, it's a pretty good representation of the Ice Spike environment, genuinely what you would expect to see, and a nice creative way and use to really incorporate a player's build perspective here as well. For me, the Ice Spike still feel like very new to me. I don't know, maybe I'm just aging myself, but the second Minecraft came out on the Xbox, I grinded that every day. I used to watch it before it even was on the Xbox, so to me it still feels like a newer update. But obviously 2017 when this set came out, so it's been out for a while. Especially as well the enchantment table where you have to use lapis lazuli, it also feels new to me, but this set definitely incorporates and very much makes me feel a little bit older than I wanted to today. But still a pretty good set for $40 though. At the time, it's genuinely not too bad of a deal. I probably still would have waited till it went like 20% off. That's most Lego Minecraft sets do, but if this were one of the ones that would stick at its original price point, I'd still definitely pick it up. I do have a little bit of a history with this set, having trouble buying it in the past. I bought it for a very good price. The seller double checked the price and jacked it up by like 10 times what I bought it for. So I got a little bit of a history, personal history, nothing you guys need to concern yourself about. But as a Minecraft fan, this one does make me very happy, and especially for the time of getting an enchantment table and that banner as well. I see the majority, and of course hopefully I'm gonna recreate it here very soon on the channel once I'm done with work. But anyways guys, I do hope you guys enjoyed. Tell me what you guys think about this set down below as a Minecraft fan or just a Lego fan in general. Do you happen to have this set? Were you lucky enough to pick it up at the time, or is this just one of the ones you missed out on? Curious to hear your thoughts down below. But anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed. Consider liking the video and subscribing if you enjoyed. Don't forget to also become a member to keep feeding the addiction if you can. And I will see you in the next one. Have a good and safe rest of your day. Adios.